Good morning. Oh, sorry, I'm a little late than my usual time. I was just having a bit of a animated talk with my 17-year-old daughter, and at the same time, the baby was waking up. Hang on, I did this side last hours ago. I should start on the other side, or else the other side is going to explode. So, so real quick, I'm going to talk today about something that I do. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's a mom on earth, whether she's a big family mom or not, has never done, which is to compare ourselves to other moms. And in the big family mom world with 3+ kids, I think we can really feel it. I know I've done it, especially when I was a young mom and I had, 303, 505. And I'd see other moms, sometimes with less kids or sometimes with more kids. And I'm going to talk today about the more kids, comparing yourself to big family moms who just seem like they have it together. And I would look up and be very once in a while, I would meet another family in my community that had, if not as many, then more children than I did. It might just been like a little bit, like they got cracking earlier. They're a little bit maybe 10 years older than me. And of course I would glean from them. I'd be like, how do you do your laundry? How do you getting the tips and the tricks? Because I didn't know anybody in my church circles who was embracing the blessing of children like we were and choosing to have children as the Lord sent them, barring major life-threatening medical grade circumstances. I didn't know anybody. So when I would meet a family or I'd read about them like in the Above Rubies magazine or something, I would admire them, I would glean from them, but sometimes I would just feel small and feel less. And all my doubts and insecurities as a big family mom, like, am I going to be able to raise them properly? Are they just going to fall through the cracks? Am I going to be able to hack this when we start to get up to like near double digits? Here's baby number 11 right now. So I remember the intensity of all of those doubts, and I still have moments even now where I'll look at another family who's like 15 children, or they adopt, or they foster, or they have a family and they're experiencing something I've yet to walk through, which is like having a disabled child, like a severely high needs child. And as much as I don't envy something like that, I have such a high level of admiration for big family moms that sometimes it can almost like snap back on me and I compare myself and find myself lacking. Have you done it? It's okay. Like I said, here's me, 11 kids, and I still fall into that sometimes. So I just want to share about it. I've got a couple notes that popped on my phone, so I'm just going to open it up here while I nurse Corey. Right on. So there's been seasons of life when it's kind of like all I could handle was just taking care of my family. Case in point, we had our third shelter in place lockdown this time last year. I believe it actually was March of last year when the third lockdown happened in my province, which is Ontario here in Canada. And I was like, okay with the first, I was okay with the second, not very happy. But when the third one came, hit me like a truck. I think I shut down for a month. I I canceled everything I could cancel. I felt like a live wire. And this isn't so much about like lockdowns and stuff. It's more as a mom, all I could do was just put one foot in front of the other for a good month and just keep the laundry going, keep the meals going, take care of myself and my family and nothing extra. I think it was really like burnout had just hit, and maybe it was just things were piling up. I had other things going in my life, relationship stuff, business stuff, and it just all came to a point. And when that lockdown came, I just released this internal primal scream of frustration with just everything that was getting on my nerves. And I felt like a failure as a mom. Go figure, right? Instead of, reframing the whole narrative and saying, "Look, you're taking really good care of yourself. You recognized the warning lights as they were going off, and you just took this as an opportunity to scale things back." No, 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 that was not my internal dialogue for a full month. Instead, I beat myself up, and I just was like, "What kind of a mom are you? You can't handle any stress. I mean, come on. This is the third lockdown. Why can't you just get on and on it went. And then the self-doubt started to rise up. How are you gonna raise your kids properly? You can't even handle a little bit of stress, you know? They're what kind of a big family mom are you, Tara? I don't know, I'm just like just having a moment with my feelings here as I remember that month. That was a hard month for so many reasons, right? It's been a tough 2 years, let's be real. We're never gonna forget these years, no matter where you are in the world and what size your family is and what you've gone through, what it's meant to you as a mom, as a woman, as a just as a human being. So yeah, that 3rd lockdown hit me hard, and I started to compare myself, not even to other big family moms that I knew, but of course, it's always this imaginary better than you person. I'm sure there's somebody who's always like, rocking it better than you are, and there's somebody who's, struggling with stuff that you've overcome. But I didn't give myself a lot of grace in that season, and for a full month, I'd say a good 5 weeks, I was treading water. And I mean, it wasn't alarm bells like postpartum depression or anything. In fact, I was just about to find out I was pregnant with baby number 11. And that was actually a real pick me up. So what happened next? I'm going along with my story here. Don't want to spend too much time remembering it because what really happened next was, like I said, this sense of almost hopelessness of, am I ever going to be a really good mom because I can't even handle like the barest stress? The thing is, sometimes, you're okay until you're not okay. It's just like a little drop, another little drop, another little drop, and then the cup runs over. And not like the goodness of the Lord cup running over, kind of running over, but just stress. And you hit that upper ceiling, kind of that upper limit. And sometimes you just don't know where it is until you hit it. And it can be different in different seasons. And now that I have the advantage of time, right? It's a full year later and I can look back. I can see what happened after that. And I can recognize that I was going through a season, an understandable season. And I talk to myself, I've said this before, like a best friend, like my own BFF. And I'm like, girl, it's okay. It's been a rough 2 years. And you were going strong and you were keeping your chin up. But that one hit you. And it's okay that it hit me emotionally hard, that it brought up all of my worries and fears for all kinds of reasons. And that reflected in my day to day life. And it's probably wise that you really rolled things back in like big time for several weeks. And I mean, that's a good strategy when anybody's experiencing burnout. You'd say, hey, slow down. Or if you hit full overwhelm or you can't even think day to day, it's time to hit the brakes and really hit the brakes and, take care of you so that you can take care of others, right? Like put your own mask on before you put on your children's because us stay-at-home big family moms play a critical role in our families. And when we go down, even if we experience like a cold for a couple of days, sometimes the whole family, it can really show because we do play a very important role in the management of our homes. Like I said, everything from laundry to meals, but even more importantly, even like the cohesiveness of our family. And it can be upsetting for the children when mom's not okay for a prolonged period of time. So I realized that I was just comparing myself to this imaginary, amazing big family mom. And you're always going to meet some moms. Maybe you even compare yourself to me. Like, look, she's got 11, and look, she's got it all together. Well, listen, I'm still human. I still have areas of growth and maturity and grace, and I still fall down. And by God's grace, I get back up, right? Dust myself off, have a cry, put some band aids on my knees, and get a lollipop and move on. But when I compare myself to others, even imaginary others, I lose today. I lose today. And Jesus said, don't worry about tomorrow because just today has enough worries of its own. And I really felt it last March. Actually think in hindsight, it was wise for me to slow down and to stop comparing myself to other better, more amazinger moms, big family moms especially, but instead just to focus on what was in front of me, who was in front of me, including my own self. And that 5 weeks that I hit the brakes, in hindsight was really smart, but I didn't feel it at the time. It took a little while for my emotions to catch back and to realize I was going through a season. And sometimes, we don't have the same bearings that we do with the seasons of the year when we know, what season it is and how long it's going to last. Kids are always asking me, Mom, when's it going to be spring? And I'm like, well, it doesn't come in a day. It's all like talk about like how it takes time and all the signs of the times and seasons. And I thought, wow, this is a really good metaphor for like just life. When is When is the hard time going to be over? When is the season of being very still and quiet and like a winter of almost zero activity other than the bare minimum to stay alive? When's the winter going to be over? So, I mean, if you're going through a big family mom winter right now where you have just pared things down to the bare skeleton, bare bones medium, it's okay. We're allowed to have seasons of winter when we rest from all the high productivity. And God knew that I was about to get pregnant with baby number 11 and everything else that happened last year. Good stuff, hard stuff, new stuff that's brought me to where I am today. Because honestly, I only opened up my big family moms group in May, less than 6 weeks after I reemerged from my 5 week complete stop. God knew. I had no idea that was on the horizon. And now here I am connecting with other big family moms in a way I never imagined possible. Because we don't connect really locally very often, unless you're blessed to live in a geographical location where there's just a lot of other big family moms. We may seem few and far between, but when you think about it globally or even just in the West, there are thousands upon tens of thousands of big family moms who love Jesus, who are embracing the blessing of children and want to overcome struggles common to big family moms and grow in grace and to encourage each other along the road. So I've created that group by God's grace. And now here I am talking to you, nursing baby 11. It was a season. And there will yet be other seasons. I know I'll hit winters and I'll hit high productivities of summer where I'm just like pumping out. I'm just like, yeah, I'm on top of the world. I'm getting so much done. Look at me rocking the big family mom life. And there will be other seasons where things are dying and things are getting pruned and the Lord is working in me and it's uncomfortable. And I can sometimes be a screaming, whining baby when he's doing that stuff. But he's so good to hold me in his love, to let me scream it out sometimes, like I do with my own toddlers, and rub my back, you know, give me a drink of apple juice. It's all over, and encourage me that he is with me, he is for me, he's blessed me with these children, and to stop comparing myself to other moms and instead fix my eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of my faith, and to run the race with an endurance, knowing that it's his joy that gives me strength. What kind of joy are we talking about? And the joy for me has been a joy in every season, and it's not a happy feeling. Joy, as I understand it, is deeper than happy feelings. There's something very core, like very anchored and rooted of knowing that I am my beloved's and he is mine. And whether I'm in the winter or I'm in a summer or the spring or the fall, I'm secure in his love. And that joy, that gives me a joy and a strength that it doesn't always translate into high productivity, but it means that I don't go completely under. And if you are experiencing like really concerning, I'm going under, I'm not well and not safe, hey, reach out, send me a message. It's okay. Postpartum depression can happen to literally any mom at any time, especially if you've never had it before. But then all of a sudden, boom, baby number 11, you're like, something is not right. Something's not right. I'm crying all the time. There's warning signs that you're not well and you're struggling with day to day. Even just like thinking about the next meal is reducing you to tears. Hey, it could just be a warning sign, and it's okay to reach out and get some help. There's no shame coming in my group, that's for sure. So I just want to share with you because I fall into that trap of comparison and it robs me of the joy of today. And if you're feeling that too, you'd like to connect with some other big family moms, link below. Feel free to join this wonderful growing community of big family moms. I'd love to connect with you there because now I'm in this season and you can hear me, right? I'm not in that what funk, that winter, what happened last March. Well, it's been a year and now I've emerged from that and I've grown and I've learned from that season. And so the next time it happens, and it may yet happen, I trust that I won't be so hard on myself. And I'll give myself grace and space to go through a season that may be challenging and quiet and look different than how other people are doing it. But when I just stop comparing myself to others, and instead I look to the Lord and ask him what he thinks in that moment, in that season, it changes my whole perspective, usually reduces me to the good kind of tears as he speaks love over me and acceptance that is unlike any acceptance you'll ever find, comparing yourself to a real or imaginary big family mom. Hey, you were way up that over here. I'm going to just pop into the group right now because I want to see who's chatting with me. Hang on. I unfortunately can't see it on my computer right now. I've got this very good. So who's chatting with me right now? Let me see what's going on. I'm just going to refresh it because I want to say hi. Oh my gosh, the group is up to 650 members. How did that happen in one entire year? Oh, hi, Andrea. Good to see you here. And Portia, you're chatting with me today. And hi, Oya. And Natasha. So many lovely people. I see Tana, you've popped into. So good to connect with you all. I'm glad this is helping you so much. It has been a rough 2 years, and who knows what's ahead, right? So I'm so glad we're connecting with each other and that we can reach out and connect. Hey, I have something new. I'm going to be announcing it real soon where we're going to connect even better. So keep your eyes posted for the group. I've got a big announcement coming. We're going to be able to connect even more heart to heart as big family moms, support each other, encourage each other. And I am so excited. So that's all I'm going to say. I know I'm being all like, teasing you about it, but I'm having fun. All right, Corey. It's 2 months and I'm going to pop out now. Change your poopy diaper and go do it on the other side. All right. God bless you all. Take care. Have a great weekend. I'll see you